What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Elude Stalwart back with another episode of the Project Ascension server. I'm Elude Stalwart. I'm going to be playing Elude, my level 36 Atk Pwr Tank Hero. This is the Andorhal low risk 1xp PvP server. Last we left off, we were grinding in a cave in Stranglethorn Vale. Our bags were filled up, so we went back to town and sold. And I did a little bit offline with the mining. I was trying to catch my blacksmithing up a bit. I did go on the auction house and bought a few items. I got a updated weapon because this green was better than the blue one that I had on. This is an item level 40 axe. Part of whenever I was out running around included leveling this axe up quite a bit. We're at 163 of 80 on that. We didn't level it up completely. Look, check it out. It's Taronda. It's a pretty good name grab. Spelt it wrong, but still. Nonetheless, we're going to do our morning auction house scan. And I'll run y'all through some more of the gear that I got. I picked up a chest. This had 12 strength on it. There was this other piece of chest on the auction house that had more armor, but I think it was just stamina. I opted for this one that had less armor because I'm still an Atk Pwr tank, so I wanted to get that strength there. Since we leveled, we were able to wear Gazlo's charm. This was a neck that we had in our bags. It has mage spells, 3% chance to cause your next fire blast to stun. I don't use mage spells, but still a good neck because of the stamina and strength nonetheless. Better than what I had on. We switched out the helm that had defense rating for this helm that has more armor and more stamina. Actually, the last one didn't have any stamina at all, it just had defense rating. So we ended up getting this one with 17 stamina, so that boosted our stamina quite a bit. I think that was it. Actually we picked up this ring as well. This ring had 6 strength, 6 stamina. It replaced a 1 strength, 3 stamina ring I had on. So that was a pretty clear upgrade. I think we got these bracers as well, I want to say. Yeah. We got these bracers also. And the piece de resistance, the green tower. This thing cost us like almost 20 gold. Actually, I don't think it was that much. It was like 6 gold. And the amount of block and armor that it had made it a clear winner in my book, because the attack power that we get is partially from how much armor we have, and this had way more armor than the one that I had on previously. No strength on it, so that was kind of a downside. But I love the equipped. It says equipped. When struck in combat, has a 1% chance of raising a thorny shield that inflicts 3 nature damage to attackers when hit, and it increases nature resistance by 50 for 30 seconds. So the nature resistance could be kind of useful, especially in that cave we're in, because we get poisoned often by those, I think it's the archer types, shadow hunters I think they're called. And then also, like, we haven't had thorns or retribution or any kind of like thorny attack thing that we kind of just like glazed over. So yeah, having that's gonna help us get them down even while we're healing. And it's a small amount of nature damage. 3 nature damage isn't very much. I think if we had a thorns, it would do probably more like 10 or 13. Just in that amount of time, we scanned the auction house. So I still got some stuff in my bags from mining yesterday and blacksmithing. We're going to check our mail first. Anything that's expired we'll repost, and then we'll dump all our crafting mats in the bank. Looks like we made quite a bit of gold off the auction house. We got some stuff here that's sold but not yet out of the auction house. We haven't got the money from it yet, so we'll just delete everything here with the sale pending. So that's some gold on its way as well. We'll go back in here and sell the items that we no longer need. Oh, this guy's name is Fizzle Spark. GG. Nice name, buddy. Alright, selling items that we no longer require. Now, I'm pretty sure at this point that we're reselling items that haven't sold, maybe unnecessarily. At some point I'm going to have to actually look at these and see if we're just wasting money that we would be using, or wasting deposit money. Because if that's the case, then we might want to just vendor trash some of these items. I'm going to hop in my general chat here in case anybody hops online. Normally rocking one socks, getting ready for work around now. But maybe he'll hop in and want to talk. I saw that on the change log on the website, I can actually bring that up right now while I'm doing this stuff. He told me about this idea he had, Mr. Rockin' One Sock did, that he would run Sunken Temple a few times to get the class quests. According to this, the Sunken Temple class quests, I don't know if y'all can see that very clearly. Let me get this filtered and cropped right there, and the left side. I gotta do this every time, I guess, the cropping for this window. Apparently the Sunken Temple class specific quests are now exclusive and you can only complete one. So his idea was that he was going to rerun it a few times and get class quests for a few of the classes, but they made it to where you can't. And I don't know if that's like, it's almost weird because he was just talking about this yesterday and just a couple days ago they made it to where you couldn't. I'm not sure if he's aware of that, but we need to try to remind him of that whenever he hops on. If he hops on, if we manage to see him. Hopefully he didn't waste his time yesterday trying to do that. Healing potion, we're gonna get rid of this one. Minor mana potion. I don't think anybody's buying the minor mana potions. That's probably the reason why we got that back, actually. Pattern, swift boots. Vampiric Embrace healing received 33%. It says does not stack. Enduring cap, what does this do? Intellect and spell power? That's a pretty good cap there. We gonna sell that for a little bit cheaper. Okie dokie. I think we're all sold up now. The rest of this stuff will go in my bank. Part of the reason why I wanted to craft with some blacksmithing yesterday was to clear my inventory from my bank a little bit more. I think we could sell this scroll as well. Scroll is stam. Okay. We got the super healing potions now we can use. It's pretty sweet. Alrighty. 14 items. Oh man. It looked like our mailbox was full for yesterday. We had stuff in the queue. But don't expect loads of gold. What are they talking about? Come on, man. I was playing with /truce and my fishing rod's almost broken. Want to sell large bare bone. 1 bajillion gold. What is they talking about? Douche decided to gank me while I was fishing. So this guy's getting ganked while he's fishing and his fishing rod's almost broken. Alright, we're gonna drop all this in the bank. Let's get going. Let's go make some levels and some gold. Like we blew all our money on the auction house yesterday. I don't think we really needed to. It was just like a momentary, well, it was just like a sudden moment of weakness, I guess. We wanted to just go ahead and get gooder faster, so we blew all our gold. Probably not very wise, because we're going to be needing to buy a mount soon, and we're not going to be able to afford it in the next 4 levels, because we decided to throw all our gold away on gear that's going to be replaced in just the next couple of levels. Thug life though, right? Shit. Just got to get it done. Alright, let's go grind that cave some more. We should make this next level pretty quickly. Especially now, like we're super OP with our gear upgrades. Kappa. Super OP Kappa. 91 strength. Our attack power went down by 1 point by doing all that gear stuff too. We lost strength off of a few items, and that strength brought us down, whereas we did gain armor, and the armor kind of made up for it. It made it to where our physical damage taken is reduced by 54.39%, which is not bad. Like, that's pretty damn good actually. Got over 4k armor, and that converts into attack power because of armor to the teeth. Our fury talent here. 3 attack power for every 108 armor value you have, and that gets more and more effective the higher level we get. And we have a protection pally that's buffing the armor we're getting from items by 10%, so that's 10% higher than it would have been. And then we're getting threat generated also from that. I've been debating on whether or not I want to pick up another version of toughness like this, like say from the Prot Warrior tree or something, but I haven't yet decided. I think it was Lyfe, he was in chat the other day, said that those don't really scale very well until you get a lot better geared. Whenever I get higher level and whenever I start wearing plate gear after level 40, then that stuff will matter a whole lot more. You know, one thing that I was thinking about too that we could do is we can queue for some dungeons and run some dungeons maybe. SM would be pretty fun to run, I think. I really wish the random dungeon finder would work though. Queuing specifically is not bad, and it's kind of like old world in a sense, because if we do get a group, we still have to run to that dungeon, and I don't really know how I would get there. Maybe from wetlands or something. Run to UC territory. I don't really know how I would get there. Scarlet Monastery. I've never really been. Come on. We're just gonna take this Shadowcaster guy on willingly. Seem to be doing okay with our survivables. Legit. Alright, let's work our way into this cave a bit more. We don't have quite the amount of rage that I think we have yet. Need to keep an eye on that. It's my own fault. I need to monitor that a little closely before I start cleaving. I think cleave really needs to be saved a little bit more than I'm saving it. Get out of here with your shrink. Oh, and my axes aren't leveled up yet either. So that might be part of the reason why our rage isn't generating as much as I would expect. So we need to be able to hit in order to get rage. And then, like, on top of being hit, hitting helps generate rage. So that'll get better as we go. Don Machiavelli Thug Life says, you don't have any ability to interrupt? No, actually I don't. I'm not that good yet. RT Shock said, hi. What's up, RT Shock? How you doing this morning? Yeah, my only interrupt is murder them. That's the only interrupt I have. Not very good with casters. That's a whole other build I had an idea for. If I wanted to be a caster tank, I thought it'd be interesting to make a... I wonder, actually, I started to think I could make a spell steel caster tank. That would be pretty interesting. I think kick would be the best interrupt. Shield bash would be decent. And Spell Reflect would be decent. Spell Reflect's not until next expansion though. I think we figured that out yesterday. But I think Kick, because it uses energy, that's a resource that I don't use anywhere else. But you have to be in melee range. You know, actually, I think I digress. The best interrupt, I believe, is the Paladin's Avenger Shield or Heroic Throw. I don't know if you get Heroic Throw yet, but there's something like that with the warrior talents. I want to look that up actually. I think it's Prot Warriors. Gag Order, I want to say. Yeah, it gives your Shield Bash and Heroic Throw ability a chance to silence. Am I getting attacked by people? Oh look, it's man. You want a group, bud? I wouldn't mind getting a group. Hello. I wonder if they're questing or farming. Questing or farming? Yep, I see you. They're done. Get out of here with your dispels. Them dispels, yo. GG. Yeah, man. I'm digging cleave. When I get beat on enough, it's actually really nice to cleave. Good way of keeping myself from capping rage. I tried to make something like a tell me when that told me whenever I was getting above 80 rage, so I knew to cleave or revenge or use my other exterior abilities. Can't tell me when to do that. Wind shear. Ooh, good idea, Archer Shock. That's another really good talent. Relaxing in WC3 custom maps. WC3 custom maps. What is that? Don Machiavelli Thug Life says Counterspell would be good also. I don't really dig on Counterspell too much because of the 15-minute or 15-second cooldown. I think it's a longer cooldown. That's kind of why I was thinking kick, because I don't think kick has that long of cooldown. I think kick's like 6 to 8 seconds, I want to say. I don't really know. I'd have to actually look and compare. I love that Cleave doesn't share global cooldown. I feel normal. Yeah, buddy. What is this, Mithril? I'm not high enough for Mithril yet. Oh, Warcraft 3, GG. Nice, man. I only heard about Warcraft after I started playing World of Warcraft. And then after I heard about it, we figured out a way to get it over in Iraq while I was deployed, and we played some multiplayer sessions and stuff across our land that we created. And it was pretty legit. I liked WoW way better though. We did play a few different strategy games while we were over there. I don't remember I think it was Ages of Empire or Empire Earth or something like that. I think it was Ages of Empire. It was one where you started in like the Stone Age and then you progressed like to the Metal Age, and you ended up going to like the World War II era, and then you go further into the future. But it was a RTS as well. Warcraft is a lot like a MOBA. It was like the introduction to MOBAs, if I remember correctly. I was surprised that they had like the Lich King and shit back then too in that Warcraft. Like, I didn't realize how old the story of the Lich King was. Whenever it came out in WoW, when Wrath of the Lich King came out, I thought that was the first time they were telling that story. Pink Rose says, "Hi, how are you doing today?" What's going on, Pink Rose? I'm doing good. How about yourself? Oh no, man's gonna die. Don't die, man. Man died. Son of a bee sting. I feel like I should have helped escort him out. Sad face. Oh shit, we got more. They're spawning on us. I gotta remember this time today to go deeper into the cave. I realized there was a whole part of the cave that I could have went to that I didn't. XD. Happy leveling. Good luck with the tank spec. Or looking good with the tank spec. Thanks, the Dane. It's starting to come together a little bit better. Part of it too is like I went and bought some gear. Like I actually bought some gear, which was a bad idea because now I only have 12 gold. This close to getting a mount and blowing money on auction house gear. It's kind of whack, I know, but still. Feels a lot better now. I feel more solid. And then Cleave's helping out a whole lot as well. These things are ruthless with the dispels. Let's go find that part of the cave I don't want to forget about. I think it's deeper this way. And we need to use these scrolls as we go because they're going to clutter our inventory. Pink Rose said, good, thank you. And the Dane says, I'm twisting my brain at the moment building a Viking build. Any good ideas? Raping and pillaging should be part of that spec somehow. JK. Viking. What do I think when I think Viking? Boating, the horns on the hat, maybe like something like thorns. Big ass barbarian type dudes, heavy armor. What else? I don't know, as I think about it, maybe more like a Fury Warrior. If you look at the release in Legion, the Fury Warriors, well, warriors in general, they're all kind of like, they follow the Odin storyline, and they quest and stuff. Let me escort man here. But yeah, whenever you do like the artifact weapon quests, a lot of it's having to deal with like Norse mythology type stuff, which is kind of like Vikings.
By the light of the moon.
By the light of the moon, man. Looks like they're typing something. My spec sucks. Mine too, lol. I got a book if you want to redo something.
Yes.
I think pets get use more. E-hat book. /point. You can train spells off of it. I don't know if they see it. Do you see it? I guess they don't see it. That's weird. Put a star on it to see if they could see. Where do you get that from? Off of the website, the store, or if you played beta, I think you got one for free. Isn't Fury Tree is Viking? Yes, I believe so. Fury's legit too. For Fury, I really love some of the enrage abilities. Like this one, you can stack it up to 5 and you'll have a 30% chance to receive up to a 5% damage bonus for 12 seconds after being victim of attack. So it's like when you get hit, it pisses you off, and then you enrage and you do more damage. That specifically, I think stacked with Vengeance would be pretty sweet, but you'd have to have specifically holy damage for Vengeance to work. I don't know if that fits the Viking motif, but you can get 1 up to 3% holy damage after dealing a weapon crit strike. And Fury also has cruelty. And another idea that comes to mind with cruelty is you can get up to 5% crit strike with melee weapons here. No, not for unlearning. You to use the interface to do that. The purple part of your Ascension book bubble icon thing. I was saying cruelty, if you get 5 points into that, you get 5% melee crit strike with weapons, or melee weapons. Chance to get a critical strike with melee weapons by up to 5%. Now, if you go into Retribution Paladin and pick up Conviction, that increases your crit strike chance with all spells and attacks. So that's also melee weapons, just like cruelty was. But then also, that could also be, if you have a self-heal, that'll help your crit strike with that self-heal. And even further into that, you can go into Thundering Strikes, which is pretty much the same thing as Conviction, which is pretty much the same thing as cruelty, and get even another 5% crit strike. So altogether with Conviction, Thundering Strikes, and Cruelty, your melee crit strike with weapons will be 15%. And that fits the Fury motif, in my opinion. A bunch of enraged crits. I think that would be very cool. And then Blood Craze is kind of nice. Regenerating health when you get crit. Death Wish is a really good cooldown for damage. I don't know what level you are, but at level 40 you can get Bloodthirst, which is really good. It's an awesome self-heal. We can do duel outside. I'm not really good at duels. Oh snap, stamina nature resists shoulders. I won the shoulders. Reduces the cooldown of Frost Nova. RE reduces cooldown of Frost Nova on this. More for AoE XP than anything else. Wow, look, another item. 8 strength, 611. That's a really good shield. It looks decent too. I'm gonna greed it though. Wow, I greed 2 times in a row. I won an item off of a greed roll. Just gotta piss him off. Increased range of Shadow Priest spells. I don't mind dueling if you want though. Just don't expect much. LMAO. See that increased threat? That's pretty nice. It's kind of like I got one of those Righteous Fury things. Out by road. Alright, so man wants to duel. They're 3 levels below me, so my guess is they're probably going to run me if they're asking to duel somebody 3 levels higher than them. But yeah, man, that crit strike idea has been kind of a fantasy of mine, to have a melee damage dealer that has all that crit. I think Elusive Valor, my other character, was speccing into those. But I think I try to do too much with my specs. I go too far, too many different directions, so I end up not doing anything really well. But I have a little bit of everything. Like, I got Paladin and self heals and like thunder stomping and taunting and mana regen. Like, I think that's way too many different directions. Part of the reason why this Project Ascension stuff works with the talents and the abilities is because you actually get, you have to sacrifice stuff to pick up other stuff. Oh, look at that stun. Shield block. What you want to do about shield block? Uh-oh. We might be doing okay here. Oh, she died. Whoa. Oh no. I killed her. Oh, she's not far from the graveyard. So she had like, what, Wind Fury, Sinister Strike, Mongoose Bite. Oh man. And Pet. I tried to pick only a few things, and now? What is man saying now for? I don't understand. Do you know Lyfe, the YouTuber? He has good build guides and even a Google Doc that has different builds people can try. I recommend his builds if you need a few ideas. Lyfe on YouTube.
Naturally.
I'm gonna go back to the cave. Happy hunting. Alright, let's get going. Salute. Alright, isn't Fury Tree Viking? Oh, right. I've already read that. My bad. So, what kind of builds are y'all going with? Do y'all follow a guide or anything like that for your stuff, or are y'all making up y'all's builds as well as you go? I see the Dane's making up one right now that's grinding his gears a little bit. Last I saw the Dane, he was something like a shaman. That's the only thing I could call it, because he had, well, he had stealth as well. But Wind Fury weapon, I remember seeing. He was doing a few different things I was surprised to see. And it suggested he was kind of a higher level dude, maybe like level 60, I'm not sure. Let's see what this treasure chest has. Do all these animals want some? Do y'all want some as well? Wow, someone's already dying. That's interesting. Can't do that while stunned. See what's in the treasure chest. Pilfered gloves, silver bronze breastplate. This might be good. Crit strike rating. This whole silvered set, the silvered bronze shoulders and silvered bronze breastplate, it's a whole crit strike rating set. I keep looking at the shield, I'm very tempted, but the shield I have on is better. I think I'll just stick with the one that I have. What's so appealing about it is the strength, and the way I'm set up, I have in the prot tree, I went for divine strength, which increases my total strength by 15%. So the more strength I have, the more attack power I get. It's kind of why I've called this the attack power build. But at the same time, if I'm picking up talents that give me more armor, I feel like maybe I should be focusing on just getting armor instead of focusing on armor and strength. Because all armor is going to come with strength, right? But it's also going to come with stamina. So any gear that I'm wearing, if it has armor on it, if it has more armor on it, I should go for that. But if the gear that I have has more armor but stamina, and not more armor but strength, then that gear is like a kind of a toss-up, in my opinion, like of its usefulness. It's kind of the problem I had with my helm here. Like my helm has a shitload of stamina. It's got 17 stamina, and it had more armor than I had before, so I picked it. But stamina is not as useful for me as strength. It would have been much better if this had armor and strength. But it had armor and stamina, so it wasn't a solid upgrade. It was like a compromise. And I don't like that. I don't like compromises. Like I'd rather have a clear, solid upgrade than feel like I've made a compromise or a mistake later on down the road. That's part of the reason why spreading yourself too thin, I think, is the biggest kind of factor when you're building a spec. Because, yeah, you can pick up melee moves and caster spells and energy using moves, but that doesn't help you. Like, it does help having those 3 different resources to pull from, but it doesn't help you whenever, like, the only way you generate rage is by attacking and getting attacked. So much of DPSing is trying to avoid getting attacked. So you're getting reduced rage. That's part of the reason why melee warriors need so much crit strike, because crits generate more rage that make up for not getting hit. Like a good fury warrior in a dungeon doesn't want to get hit because he takes damage really hard because he's so enraged and stuff like that. Part of enrage is you take increased damage. It's all different things to consider. And then there's like the whole ranged and hunter stuff. Like you can go deep into using hunter abilities and stuff too. But that doesn't help you if you're in melee. Some of it may be good for like PvP and stuff, but you can do way too much. That's part of the balance. I don't know if it's an issue, but I think that it's an interesting dynamic when you're having to build builds, having to take that stuff into consideration. So you'll often see hunters like already could wear every item in the game back in the day, and they would roll on every item in the game because of that. But it was easy for them to become like a dilettante or a jack of all trades, master of none. Get all this gear that you can wear, yeah, but is potentially not very useful for you. I've been having mana issues lately, so I've started rolling on intellect gear. Oh, okay. How's your damage? Hunters can still do really good damage though, so it's not a really good example. Revenge. Look at that. Cleave Revenge is so sexy. Whirlwind is really fun too as a warrior. These little Curzon elite. RT Shock says, my tanking build, but ret aura, no thunder slam, and full on stamina, and stamina is greater than AP conversion from the survival tree. Oh, stamina turns into attack power in the survival tree? That'd be interesting. So it'd be interesting to see stamina converting to attack power, while strength obviously is attack power, and armor converting to attack power, all stacked on top of each other. That was kind of my idea with the attack power tank, is like get as much of that attack power talents as possible, so this converts into attack power and that converts into attack power. And then all that then in turn increases the damage you do with Thunderclap and Devastate later on. I really love having a move that doesn't share global cooldown with other moves. Cleave is so good. It's very nice. Don't die, motherfucker. I'm almost ohm over here. Sweet. Survive. So RT Shock says, were you saying that your build's similar to mine? Or that your build's similar to Viking? I went Divine Strength, Toughness, Devotion, Aura, Reckoning. I'm a lot like a Prot Pally, I think, for the most part. But I did grab some shield stuff from the warrior tree. When do I get Devastate? Because that's coming up, isn't it? I guess it's a talent. It's not till level 50. Damn. Improved defensive stance. That sounds nice. I just used the same thing twice. Pain. Also, I want to see that what you're talking about, the survival tree. Stamina converts to attack power. Maybe that's earlier on. What talent? Survivalist increases your stamina by up to 5%. Another thing to watch out for when you're making builds is sometimes there's more useful talents that do the same thing from other... Okay, I see. Hunter versus Wild. You and your tame pet's attack power and ranged attack power equal 10% of your total stamina. So you can increase your ranged attack power by 10% of your total stamina. So then do you use stamina stack? Do you use all your attributes into stamina? That cleave is really good for an on-demand nuke as well. If you want to just like nail somebody down real fast. I'm forgetting to reapply my water shield, and that's kind of hurting my mana. And I think it costs a lot of mana to reapply Blessing of Sanctuary too, and that must be costing a lot of mana as well. Yes, all stamina, so RT Shock does stamina stack. I find it useful to stamina stack too sometimes, but most of my spec is set up to where I do better if I just go strength. Get out of here, shrinker. It hurts whenever he reduces my strength and stamina. They knew what was going down when they made all these mobs so close in this cave. That's why they gave all of them this stamina strength reducer. Uh-oh, Midnight Mace. What is this? It's a item level 38 weapon. It does 1 to 10 shadow damage, 45 to 84 damage. This one that I have on does 43 to 81. Causes your attacks to ignore up to 1% of your target's armor and increases the damage dealt by your rupture abilities by up to 3%. And it's 1 to 10 shadow damage on top of 45 to 84 damage, and it gives 10 shadow resistance. It's actually better than my axe that I currently have on. But I have 5 stamina and 5 strength on the axe that I have on. It's a faster swing too. Ignoring target's armor is pretty sweet. I think I'd rather sell that though. What does that sell for? A couple gold. We need to make back some money we spent on this gear. Misclicking and stuff. Not very good. Come on, do damage. Aw, shit. Should not have done that. Oh man. Get out of here. There we go. Alright, we're back in business. So the tilde key, that little squiggly key, I have that bound to my quick shot currently. Whenever I hold down shift and hit that, it opens my Discord overlay. And once I do that, for some reason, I can't use my 1 through 5 buttons anymore. It's like it toggles on and stays on or something. So I did that there and ended up having to like click a little bit because I wasn't able to use my keybinds for a whole second there. Got kind of chaotic on me. Quit dispelling me, you bitch. They're purging me. Don't purge me, bro. Ah, you bastard. Ah, you bastard. Just keep water shield on and carry on. Just keep up water shield. Use some of that rage. Rage. Get out of here. They do it on the run too, like shiesty little bastards. Be running away purging. That's right. I got your number. Alright, let's go get some of these shadow hunters and stuff. Go a little deeper into the cave here. That Blessing of Sanctuary, it's not very expensive, but having to recast it and recast it without realizing water shield's up, or without realizing water shield is not up, eats my mana. Just eats it for breakfast. Hey, it's man. Cheer.
Hail to the night.
Hail to the night, man. I'm gonna duck behind the corner here. I think they may have the quest. We can clear some of this stuff for them. Don Machiavelli Thug Lyfe says, try Divine Plea. I don't know if this expansion included Divine Plea. Would that be Holy Paladin? Divine Plea. Yeah, that's level 771. Don Machiavelli Thug Lyfe. It seems like, again today, you're a few expansions ahead of us here. We don't get BC releasing even for another year or so. At least that's what the developer said. So any of those other moves that are a few expansions ahead, we're not going to get for a few years. But yeah, Divine Plea is pretty legit. Back in the day, you pop that as a tank to reduce the damage you take. And it would do a lot like Water Shield and Blessing of Sanctuary here. It would regen a lot of mana. But at the same time it would reduce the damage you do too. It would reduce damage and holy spell effects and stuff like that. So you only really pop that when you really needed to in between combat. That's kind of what rest does too though. Like if I actually do need to stop and drink, I can drink while resting, and it does like Divine Plea where it just ticks it up a little faster. But I like where your head's at. It was that would have totally been useful. It would have definitely made it to where I wouldn't have needed to pick up Water Shield. Shaman have something similar, come to think of it. The Enhancement Shaman, they get a move called Shamanistic Rage. I don't know if that's a talent later. Yeah, Shamanistic Rage is actually close to the same thing, and I could use that at level 50. Reduces all damage taken, gives your successful melee attacks a chance to regenerate mana equal to 15% of your attack power. This is usable while stunned. So instead of Divine Plea, I could use Shamanistic Rage. This is essentially the same thing, but it's a 1 minute cooldown, whereas Divine Plea is a 1 minute cooldown, regens 25% of your mana over 15 seconds, but the amount healed by your flashlight and holy light is reduced by 50%. So yeah, it's kind of like Divine Plea, but with none of the downsides. It's a good call though. The amount of attack power that I have with this build, that might actually be a really good talent. And it lasts 15 seconds, so really the downtime is 45 seconds, and it's a defensive cooldown. RT Shock says, I also have Strength of Earth Totem plus the talent for it, and have a lot of Strength and Agility. That's awesome, because agility also increases your armor too, and I don't have hardly any. I could benefit from that, I bet. Ooh, can't carry anymore. I bet you I could carry more of these. Time to play the inventory boss game. Everything that's gray, we're going to get rid of. And unnecessary water and food items we're going to get rid of as well. Yeah, there's a agility, that stat I've definitely been sleeping on. And I still have quite a bit of dodge too. It's actually become my lowest stat, dodge has, because of how much I've been neglecting agility. Ooh, 19 strength. Oh, okay, I got these on already. Gives you a 2% chance when hit by a melee or ranged attack to increase your movement speed and dispel all movement impairing effects. Whoa, that's legit. That's a lot better than the shit I got. I got increase the duration of your concussive shot. Oh man, I want to put that on, but it's item level 39. It requires level 34. I could probably sell this for quite a bit instead of trying to be greedy and putting it on myself. But increasing your movement speed, that's awesome, by 50%. That's like getting sprint. So it has a 2% chance when you get hit to make you sprint. Man. If only. All I do is vendor trash this. I don't want to. I don't want to put it on because I know I'm going to replace it soon. I'm about to start wearing plate, so let me be an adult. Let me chill and sell that for a buttload of gold. I think I could probably get quite a bit of gold from some leggings like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they sold for like 6 gold. Most blues that you get, you can reliably sell them for 2 or 3 gold, but that one I bet you I can get 6 out of, just because of that sprint. Mario Mikuchi says, you could try Judgment of the Wise Retribution talent since you're using Judgments anyways. And RT Shock says, it is a useful random enchant. It procs more often than you expect. Yeah, especially if you're AoE tanking. Like, I was thinking more like you want to run through a cave and you don't feel like fighting anything, so shit's hitting you as you're running by it, and then you get that sprint proc so you can get through the cave a lot quicker. That in conjunction with ice armor here, slow them down while you're speeding up. That could be really cool. And Mario Mikuchi, I don't know if I want to actually get Judgment of the Wise. My mana is not that much of a problem. It only becomes a problem whenever I'm attacking these what are they? The witch doctors, because they dispel me, so I have to reapply all my shit. And part of the problems with judgments too is I'm starting to hit so hard as soon as I judge something it dies. So like this guy, he still had like half of the judgment still on him and he died. And I haven't spec'd into reducing the judgment's cooldown, so I don't judge that often. I can reduce the cooldown of my judgments by 2 seconds though if I wanted. We need to get these witch doctors down. Where's the witch doctor? If we focus the witch doctors down, we can do pretty good with mana. Just keeping our water shield up and then focusing them down, we do okay. Reticulated bone gauntlets. What is that about? $149, 13 strength, 5 stamina, increases agility by 1%. That's pretty good. Let's get some more here. Come get some of these apples. Hey, what's going on? Let me turn this.
Back in that cave, huh?
Yeah, man, back at it. They're yellow for me now, so I'm taking them down a lot quicker. Oh, the Judgments of the Wise talent. Yeah, you're right. Instead of the ability. Divine Plea plus Prop Paladin talent equals unlimited mana. I feel like I'm already at unlimited mana. When I want to be, really, it's like more of a reactive unlimited mana. Mario Mikuchi says, Judgments of the Wise talent makes it to where you don't even need Water Shield, and that talent makes you regen 25% of your mana every time you cast a judgment. It gives you a 15-second buff. That's 2% max mana every 15 seconds. Yeah, that replenishment buff is legit. And yeah, I definitely pick that up on my rep pally. I always get that because it's so useful. That and She the Light's really awesome. I saw the changelog this morning, man. And I was wondering if you noticed that they took it away, that class quest thing from Sunken Temple.
They removed them?
Yeah, they did it, I think they said on the 1st. They made it to where you couldn't rerun it to get that class quest reward thing. See, specifically, the Sunken Temple class specific quests are now exclusive, so you can only complete one.
Oh, well, good thing I have a few of them in my... Oh no, I dropped the warrior one. I wonder if I can still do it.
Yeah, I wanted to warn you before you ran it, but I wasn't sure. I just saw that today.
That's dumb.
Well, it sounds like you had a good idea enough to where they had to change the game to where people couldn't do that. I agree, Mario. That's a really useful talent, Judgment of the Wise. And then if I did get that, I would pick up Improved Judgments as well to make it buff even
Cleaned
further.
house in an Ubers last night, though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got a weapon with 14 spell damage on it. I picked up Dread Mist Bracers, a Devout Belt, and a Magister's Chest, which I'll replace like DPS, like melee gear.
Nice.
Got a ring with some caster stats on it, no spell power, and then I got the best in slot spell power trinket from the rare spawn.
Oh yeah.
And some shoulders. Just basically replaced all my
Just
gear
got
in one.
completely geared, yeah. That's awesome.
Now it's just a matter of getting more spell power in slots instead of just plain old stats.
Very cool. Please don't die. I do alright. I think I do okay. So many of these really useful talents aren't until like level 40 and 50. I can't wait to get up that high. Judgment of the Wise, I can get that right at 40. But I don't think I really have anything else that I want to pick up other than that frost armor increaser. I was considering going to the demonology tree and increasing the effect of my demon armor. And that's 33 up 3 points, so that gets up pretty nasty if I can get that fully spec'd out, but I think I heard that doesn't work. So I don't know if I'll do that if it doesn't work. But let's see, I'm level 36 now. I got 4 levels to figure out what I want to put points into before I can get to that Judgments of the Wise. And the name of the game has also been try not to respec. So if Judgments of the Wise would null and void my water shield, I would probably have to reset my spells so I can pick up something else useful. Part of the reason why I still have Righteous Defense right now is because I originally wanted to make this guy a dungeon tank, but dungeon groups are either far out of the way, not very efficient to grind, or don't have people in the same level range necessarily as me to run them, so I'd be sitting in queue for a long time. So none of that
I
actually
don't
sounds
think
very
herbs are
fun.
spawning. I don't see any so far in that forest.
What is that?
I don't think herbs are working because I don't see any in Elwyn Forest.
Oh, herbs? I wonder what level my axe is now. 180. We've maxed the axe out. That's nice. Okay. We gotta clear the inventory. Yes, I know the inventory is full. Alright. We'll meld here and get rid of anything we can't use. So most of this stuff is okay still. We get rid of those. This gray. Anything gray, any kind of food or water, we're gonna get rid of. Mana potion. These I don't even know if they're selling on the auction house very well. I might get rid of those mana potions. Light scimitar, double mail coif. Not lesser mana potion. We don't need cornbread either. Ooh, a level 12 bag. I didn't even notice I got that. Okay, I think we're set now. Let's get back at it. See if we can loot some of this shit before it despawns. These Green Hills of Stranglethorn pages are a nightmare. Alright, we got a tower shield and some shoulders just now we don't need. Get rid of that crap. Also, we're gonna work our way back to that room where the big pool is. There's quite a big pool down here. I don't know if we're gonna get this caster. Yeah, we got that caster. I'm gonna focus him down. I don't like the shrink thing that he does. There it is. There's that shrink. What a D-bag. If only I had an interrupt. Let's get all the witch doctors. Mouse went all wonky there. What the hell? Where are you at, witch doctor? Gotta get the manas. Pretty sure when I'm not fighting witch doctors I would not have any mana problems though. Not that I am right now. It's all just a matter of remembering to put my water shield on. Totally manageable. And Elite sitting there walking back and forth. He's trying to figure out life while he's dying. Don Machiavelli Thug Life says, considering this is a P server and most of the talents are broken or didn't work. I don't know about most of them, but there are quite a few that appear to be broken. Like if you go to the Frost Mage here. Frost warding is supposed to increase the armor that I get from ice armor by 50%. It appears as though it doesn't. It says that I only get 290 armor. But whenever I right click that buff off and reapply it, it gives me way more than 90 right now. It gives me 50% more than 90. So the talent actually did work, but the tooltip doesn't reflect that. Some of it's just that, just having to check the actual numbers instead of just going by what the tooltips say. And you can see that a lot of the talents do work, and a lot of them do stack, which is pretty interesting. I at first didn't think that talents like that would stack. Like the armor on top of armor on top of armor. But once I started trying it out, I saw that they did. That opened the whole thing up for a lot more interpretation for abilities and moves and talents and stuff. I like them dirty pulls. That was about as dirty as it gets too. Life said, so rank 1 works, rank 2 doesn't? Rank 2 does work. Ah, just the tooltip is wrong. Alright. Yeah, the tooltip for it was wrong. But yeah, it does. So it'd be like 50% more of 290. Right now I got 4126. And I checked it beforehand before I even put the talent in it. And I had it without, and then I checked it with, and then I put the talent in, and then checked it again, and it went up even further. So it does work. My next test is going to be the demonology tree. I want to find out if the demonic Aegis works, and I'm going to increase the effectiveness of my demon armor. I heard it doesn't, but I plan on respecking anyways. So in the next few talents up to level 40, I'm going to be checking out demonic Aegis and seeing if I can get my felt armor to give me even more armor. And then if I do this spec right, if I decide to go back and redo it, I'm going to increase my armor even further with thick hide, because that's like the biggest armor contributor or contribution talent that there is. Let's see how much armor I can actually get. It's going to be interesting too whenever I start switching to plate, because I expect my armor to jump up even further. Picked up cleave like you were recommending, Lyfe, and I am not disappointed. I love being able to use a move outside the global cooldown. I really miss that about Ret Pallies, being able to judge outside the global cooldown, and cleaving like this reminds me of that. Of course, if I really wanted that, I could have went into heroic strike a long time ago. But hitting multiple targets is so much better. Why won't you die? Point blank, bitch. Oh, right. Scrolls. These fucking witch doctors keep dispelling scrolls off of me. It's kind of annoying. So many drop here, and I like to use these as I'm farming. These witch doctors they'll dispel the scroll first, then my water shield, and then my blessing of sanctuary. Don Machiavelli Thug Life said, "Not really, ... The mechanism could be broken too." True that. Well, it says that my damage reduced has been increased since I put those in. And it feels like my damage has been reduced, because I'm a lot more survivable. And then my attack power did go up as well, because of armor to the teeth. So across those different things, it looks like it's working. And then even my DPS has went up a lot too, but that's probably partially due to cleave. Oh, I thought somebody ran up there. You see that? The bastards dispelled my scroll. So for nothing else than just to keep them from dispelling my blessing of sanctuary for one more purge. The scrolls can be kind of useful. I think I should be burning the wax scrolls first though, instead of the useful stamina ones. Like agility doesn't really do much for my spec, so that's a good scroll to keep up for them to dispel. It's just dispel fodder. Ow, I got crit. Oh, Reckoning. Here, get some Reckoning. Dropped that magma totem like way late in the game. What a waste. Alright, this pull's usually kind of rough. I'm pulling a lot though. More than normal actually. We just need to watch for that poison debuff. And focus down the Shadow Hunters. Pop a pot. So we got so many of them, why not? Mobile Gamer says, what server is this and is it free? This looks really cool. This is the Project Ascension server, and yes, it is free, and yes, it is really cool. It's a Wrath of the Lich King client, and it uses a classless system that gives you ability essences and talent essences each time you level. And you make up a fantasy spec. You can be a prot warrior, shaman, druid man, or a warlock warrior, priest, or a rogue tank. Like, you can pick how you want to build your character. I went something like a warrior, paladin, shaman. Because I got like the shaman heal, the shaman water shield, the shaman ghost wolf. But then like for my tank abilities and just random DPS moves, I got pally warrior moves. With righteous defense, the best taunt in the game. You can taunt up to 3 enemies off of a target for... Actually, it doesn't even cost mana, it's just a free taunt. Just has an 8-second cooldown. The warrior gets something like that, but his costs rage, and he has to be in melee range to use it, his AoE taunt. So this is like a 40-yard range taunt that you can cast on a player. It's so legit. I wished I ran more dungeons, but running out to the dungeon and taking the risk on the group that you're going to end up with, and or even the dungeon that you might end up running, it seems like it would be too much of a waste of time. It's so much faster just to AoE grind myself. This is weird for me too, because like my WoW experience is usually spent in dungeons. That's where I like to hang out, running group content. I normally don't solo as much as I have been. I've been saying part of the main reason why I'm soloing and AoE grinding too is because I'm not very experienced on the Alliance side, and this is the best and quickest way that I've found so far that I can level. Shout out and props to Lyfe for coming up with these grind locations and stuff too. Him and OP Hazer. Mobile Gamer says, oh wait, first. Mobile Gamer says, that's so cool and unique. Yeah, this is one of the most unique private servers that I've seen people make. And then Lyfe says, or a Shadow Warrior. Gets them every time you say that. Yeah, Shadow Warrior, much hype. Wait, a warrior from the shadows? Oh my god! Mobile Gamer says, lol, Shadow Warrior. Yeah, I know, right? Still sounds badass though. Like, who the fuck wouldn't want to roll up in shadow form and start charging and intercepting and beating shit down? There you go for your Viking build. What was it? The Dane was building a Viking build. Don't forget shadow form. Shadow Viking. Sounds like a disco song. Disco trance. Shadow Viking. You could make a techno Viking. Make a techno Viking spec. Oh shit, that reminds me of a video. I'm gonna have to put that shit up. No, I'm not gonna do that to you guys. Techno Viking. Disco, disco. Alright. We're about to have to go sell. Our inventory is getting so full that we can't get rid of shit anymore. Tough cloak. Tough luck, tough cloak. You're gone. Yeah, we're gonna hearth. Alright. Hearth and back. I think with the amount of backspace we have, we can actually get a grind going for quite a while.
Wait, pick up your Zealot Blade.
Whoops. I left something?
Yeah, you had a blue sword that you didn't pick up because you were full.
Oh, damn. We've been selling stuff on the auction house since we've been running shit. Disco, disco. Techno Viking. What is this guy doing? Butt ram? Probably drunk? Your guild, man. Your guild is so unique. He's got the pico of Flaming Friar. Wow. Okay. Let's get these green hills of Stranglethorn sold. Refresh. Refresh.
Yeah, mobile, depending on how fast you can pull and if you're going to the right spots, it can be
What's that?
faster just to AoE grind than do quests.
Oh yeah, it feels like it's been way faster.
Yeah, as long as you're in a spot where they're spawning like fast enough for you to do like a circle, then it's worth it.
It's way less hassle too, way less running and waiting for drops.
Yeah, that's true.
Feels very lucrative as well.
There are some spots where you can grind and get quests done as well, so you can double dip. Like when you first get to Tanaris, you can grind all those like wastewater guys, go sell, pick up the next part, grind them again, go sell, then you can go do all the pirates. Same thing, you can grind pirates, but get like at least 5 or 6 quests done to help out.
It feels like that area I'm in, that there would be a quest there. I think there are at that camp to kill these people that I'm killing, but I didn't even bother picking it up. Maximum inefficient to... Nani? Inefficient? Nani? Alright. Creating auctions. I don't even care what these sell for as long as they sell. Mobile Gamers joined the Stalwart Vanguard. Welcome, man. We stream normally 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Some days we stream later than that, but for the most part our schedule is 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. And if you create a character on this Project Ascension server, if you go Alliance side, which you probably should. Alliance rules, right? Anyways, this is the one I'm going to sell for more than that. 6 gold, because this is a sprint. 2% chance when hit by a melee or ranged attack to increase movement speed by 50%. Well, anyways, if you do join this server, yes, Central Time, correct. Send me a whisper. I'll invite you to guild, and you can get started in this guild if you'd like. And then that'll give you access to Discord as well. We have our Discord information in the guild info. Ooh, Lesser Moonstone. I've been keeping these because I know like enchants, like I think it's like movement speed increase or something uses that. I used to say that I needed that no matter what all the time. But I haven't really bothered with it for this game. Why is this so expensive? 10 spring, 2 stamina. I don't get why that's so expensive. I'll bring that down to 1 and this down to 0. I must have seen it up for that amount before. Increases damage done by your swipe by 5%. Increases attack power when fighting undead. The Hellslayer Battle Axe. Ooh, sexy. That one can actually sell for that amount. Spell power. Intellect. refresh. Create that. Heavy stone, we'll put that in the bank. I don't know if anybody would care to buy this jungle remedy. We'll sell a stack of it and see. Oh, I'm already selling a stack of it. I've already cast that net. Mobile Gamer says, so is it faster to grind mobs than quest? Oh, wait. I gotta catch up here. I missed something y'all were saying. Lyfe says, my healer uses Blade Storm. Mobile Gamer says, I was thinking of stealth and then stunning them and destroying them with warrior abilities for PvP. Ooh, yeah, like a stun locking warrior. Sounds awful, man. Sounds like a nightmare. Left-handed Black Sheep says, how's Andorhal holding up in population? I wish I knew, man. They don't really tell us or let us find out in any way. We can look at percentages of factions, the way they split, like it's 51% Alliance, or actually it's probably 51% Horde and 49% Alliance. Mobile Gamer said, ah, that's cool. And then Mobile Gamer said, Central Time? And I answered that one already. And then Mobile Gamer said, awesome, thanks. He also said, you're going to need to teach me how to install add-ons on the private servers, though. It's the same way as normal, man. Tommy Ruin has a guide for add-ons. Rockin' One Sock says, you do it the same as live, you just search for the version for the right patch. Yeah, I'll give you a link right now, too. I got one that I've kept pinned because I've been sharing add-ons with people and stuff like that, and this is where I get all mine. Right there. That's Tommy Ruin's guide for add-ons, and he's got a Google Doc that has a folder full of working add-ons for this version of the game. Mugatu says, go into friends list, push chat, then world, and wait a bit, and then count them down. Friends list, press chat, then world, and then wait a bit. Okay. Friends list, and then you said chat, and then world, and then wait a bit. Oh. So I just count these? Y'all want me to count these right now? Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13, 14, 13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 11. There's quite a few. You can see how many there are. Yuck, and your daddy's on though. Same guy, right? Ugh. Alright, we'll finish posting some more of these items and we'll get back to farming. We're so close to dinging. I want to see if Demonic Aegis is going to work the way we think it will. Mithril Blade, this is a blacksmithing plan, we're going to keep that. Engineering though, we don't really need Cat's Eye Ultra Goggles. A couple of grays slipped by. 4 gold for this? Really? It's not that OP. Let's sell that for 2 gold. These people trying to milk the prices. I ain't trying to raise no inflation up. Spirit leather. Okay, let's get away from this brainwashing, mind control, sweeping, and harping sound. Get out of here. Ooh, a couple of items have sold. Alright, let's level these bandages up some more too. Lyfe says, let my ass out. Don't count it. Mugatu says, don't need to count, but that's the online people, isn't it? Because I even show up on that list when I'm not joined world. Oh, really? Mugatu. Let me check. Where you at, Mugatu? Here, let's switch back and back. MMM. Mugatu. No, you're not on here. These are only the people who've joined World Chat then. And not the people that aren't in it. Penrose? Don't we have a Penrose in chat? Pinrose. Is this the same? No, Pink Rose is in chat, not Pinrose. Oh, Mugato says, I am Sargeras, I mean. Sargeras. No, it doesn't show you in chat here either. RT Shock's here. Shout out to RT Shock. Yeah, they would have to actually join this chat to be seen, I think. What is CRB1? Tommy Ruin? And CRBB1? Look, Elude's in here too. CRBZ202. What is this crud? I don't know. Pink Rose says hi.
Those are stupid channels that you're
oh, Mugatu said, Jesus, just woke up. My English is still asleep. On the other realm, dude. The PvP one. Haha. Oh, okay. My bad, dude. What was that, man?
Those CRBB, whatever, those are generated by Carbonite, and you have to disable them if you want them to, like, not be there.
Oh, okay. It's a Carbonite thing?
Yeah, it's some weird Carbonite.
It's cool. I like it. It's fine. You can see how many people also have that add-on. Lyfe said you can estimate by counting how much you've seen before, then you scroll, see how many times you need to scroll, see a set of new names, then times those numbers. Life's got a hack for everything. It's good to have Lyfe. Here. Let's see how many there are a page. I got to what, like 13 right here? Come to me. Numbers. Here, let's switch and then switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you get about 20 something, how my shit's scaled, you see about 20 names, right? So at B, B-E-L-I, that's like 40. That means this is like 60, this is like 80, this is like 100, this is like 120, 140-ish. So there's about 160 in this chat. I wonder if people that aren't in the have my ass off, but with Carbonite, those who can use it track your exact location. Bad if you don't want to get ganked. Oh man, I haven't had that problem yet. I'm pretty OP, so people know better than to mess with me. So, but yeah, we got about 160 that we see in the chat. I would be curious to find out if people that don't join that chat are displayed, because if somebody that's not in that chat's being displayed, then we may have even more than that. Couple hundred online though, that's not very many. I think the Project Elysium server had like thousands online. I usually get an idea too by how populated like AFK zones in chat, like those different things are tells for how active the server is. I think it might have different peak hours too, because there's people from all kinds of different countries that play this, and you know, I haven't seen as many like Russian and Chinese and like Portuguese players on this server as I did on Elysium. Elysium had a lot of different nationalities in that server.
King's honor, friend.
King's honor, friend. Alright, we're gonna fly out to the rebel camp again. And just in the amount of time that we were out there selling, we wasted about 15 minutes. So if we can grind solid for another 45 minutes once we get out there, then we're on rotation. We're on a good rotation here. Mugatu said, by the way, thinking of leveling a character on Andorhal as well. I got 2 level 60s on Sargeras. It's faster to make an AoE take spec and grind AoE, or is questing faster on Andorhal? I don't know. I did questing initially. I feel like I'm making levels way faster now that I'm AoE grinding and tanking and doing it that way. But that's just, I think it depends on if you have a good spec and good gear. But once you get a good spec, I think it's easy to start getting the good gear too, because the drops that you get, there's a turned up drop rate on this server, and it's apparent whenever you start grinding that you see a lot of greens and blues drop. But yeah, I would say AoE tanking is probably faster than questing, unless you're so good at questing and you've done it so many times that you can just quest like that, then maybe you could be faster. But for me, in my opinion, especially since like I'm playing Alliance right now, I don't really know the progression for quests on the ally side. It's faster just AoE grinding. And it feels a lot lucrative. You see a lot more of the types of random enchants that you can potentially get too whenever you do it this way. Because a lot of the gear that I've seen that drops, when it does drop with a random enchant, you can see the types of stuff that it'll drop with. And that's been kind of cool just to look at. I need to hit level 40 for the accurate slugs. Lyfe, Elemental 1678 Warlords, RE Agility. Is Lyfe, does that have any affiliation with you, Lyfe, or is that just somebody just trying to what would it be? Impersonate? Not impersonate. Trying to get attention, or trying to steal some of your cheddar? Lyfe says that's me, LOL. Oh, okay, that is you. Cool. Mugatu says, oh no, Mobile Gamer says, so should you quest until you get a decent amount of abilities? That's what I did. I quested up to at least Westfall, and then I think once you hit Westfall around the level 12 to 14 range, it kind of starts slowing down a bit. So I would try to get at least to level 20, and then at level 20 it opens up. Like you get the travel abilities, and like you get a lot of the really good like hallmark class moves at level 20 as well. I used to say in vanilla, like you didn't know how your class played unless you hit level 20 with it, and then you could see how your class played. The same is kind of true for this. Like you don't really know how your spec and all that's gonna play until you hit level 20, and then you actually get to see like some of the dynamics that you can kind of make and get into. These guys shrink. Or the stunners really suck, because whenever they start stunning me, I get a lot of damage starts going by. Yeah, see, they're stunning me. They only hit me for about 30 damage though. That well over 50% damage reduction is helping a lot. Look at that. 200k, 200k, or 200, 200, 200. Gloves of Old. No random enchant on that. What are you gonna do? Shrink me? Too late. Man, Revenge hits so good. I think somebody was saying in chat that I should pick up the second rank of Revenge, because it hits an additional target and then it does 100% of weapon damage or something like that. I think it was RT Shock was telling me that. If I use Lyfe, I get too much questions in game. I'd rather play than do a Q&A session. True that. I used to see that a lot. I used to watch Mike preach WoW, and it seemed like every time he was logged in, when he was making his videos and stuff, people would be blowing him up in his chat even while he's making a video and recording and shit. I mean, you could set do not disturb up, but your shit still gets blown up. What he would do is he'd actually like borrow people's accounts. Like I guess he had a really close group of friends that he would use their account for their characters on to make like different player guides and stuff. And it was a way for him to kind of covert a little bit too. I haven't really had that problem with my shit. I got recognized once, and that was on Spitfire. I guess I'm enough of an alcoholic that people don't ever know what I'm playing. But we were trying to do these elites in Lakeshire. And dude's like, "Are you Spitfire from YouTube?" I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, that's me." Let's go this way. We're gonna go for that big pool. Come at me, witch doctors. Yep, you're gonna dispel because you're a DB. Let's get that agility scroll buffer. Even while they're dispelling me, we just gotta keep water shield up and we'll be fine. And if you listen carefully, I don't know if y'all can even hear my game volume, but I get this like water splashing sound whenever it's dispelled, so I know when it drops. I need to keep remembering to drop my magma totem, because that could get these things down so much quicker. Magma totem hits so hard, and I just trained the next rank of it too. Another one of those hallmarks and staples of a good AoE grinding build. I think are Thunder Stomp and Magma Totem necessary. I always say Thunder Stomp, but I mean Thunder Clap. Not enough rage. Maybe if I use shield block every once in a while. Nodes are bugged. Start farming chests. They don't respawn. Are they going to fix that? I thought they did fix that. It felt like they fixed it. I was just farming yesterday and I was getting nodes. Mugatu said, at Lyfe, can I send my Book of Ascension over to Andorhal as well since it says account bound? Lyfe says, no, you can't, Mugatu. While it says account bound, last time I checked you can't even send it to your other tunes. Mugatu says, I have done that though, I got 3 characters. No, never mind, but still. Lyfe said, oh nice, well I play on the Horde side trying to send to an Alliance tune. Maybe that's the issue, but I'll try again. Yeah, it might be. So, my book, I had the little thing that you right click to train it. I did that and then I trained it, but I deleted that makes me learn it. Does that mean that I can't mail it to other tunes because I deleted it? I think someone told me after I'd already deleted it that I shouldn't have. I was like, no. I guess that's a $15 mistake. So much of the priority in this build too is revenging often as much as I can, and I kind of sleep on revenge more than I need to. I'm supposed to be actually keeping Magma Totem and Consecration down, and then revenging, I think kind of in that order. Thunderclap keeps threat off of my Magma Totem as well. One of the things I like about these shaman shields, like water shield, lightning shield, and I think even earth shield, I'm not sure about that. But I know water shield and lightning shield specifically, you can cast without end, it doesn't cost mana. And that's something that's different from Vanilla WoW. Vanilla WoW used to nuke your mana to keep up them shields. So you'd really only do it whenever whenever, before you'd start combat, actually, I should say. Mugato said, yeah, it might be. I guess you can send a ticket. Ascension should have the information that you bought it, so I guess it shouldn't be a problem for them to send it back to you. I seriously doubt they want $15 for every character that you want to have it. I'm surely there's a way that you can actually use it on multiple characters. Shit, if that was the case, like, if I would have known that you couldn't share it, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have just said, nope, fuck that. Because you make a decision that you're going to support the server when you buy it. And that's literally the whole reason why I bought it, is because I feel like I got $15 worth of gameplay out of this game. But if I gotta spend $15 for that convenience item for every single tune that I wanted on, that's a little bit much. It's actually kind of annoying. And if they're gonna make a game so Blizz-like and change some of those things that Blizz used to do about the account-bound items and stuff like that, they need to make it very clear that it's not going to be that way before people spend money. That was a pretty opportunistic ding there. Starting to get kind of low because I was distracted, and then I dinged and got all my health back. So that was cool. Now let's see. We got Demonic Aegis, or Demon Armor. Currently gives me 330 armor. And we'll test that. We have 4126 armor right now. And if we right click this off, that should get rid of what, 330 armor? So we should be at 3796. Currently we're at 3796. Okay, so let's go here to the Demonology Warlock, and we'll learn 1 point of Demonic Aegis. So we should get 33% more armor than, what did I say, 4126 just a second ago? 4234. So we're getting more armor from Demon Armor now than we was. Because we had 4126, now we have 4234. So the Demonic Aegis talent does work. And that's also, I think, increasing our health generated through spells and effects more than 5%. Whatever 33% of 5% is, we're getting that much more health generated through spells and effects. So, hell yeah, sweet! Even more armor, and we're at a 54% damage reduction. Now that went down when we leveled. We were at already like a 54 something percent, but it went down just a little bit whenever we leveled because armor and levels and the way that scales. So this is saying, like, in a perfect world, whenever I'm fighting something that's the same level as I am, I'm getting a 54.43% damage reduction. But if something is like more than a few levels higher than me, it is that amount of a damage reduction, but as if they were my level, so they would actually be hitting me harder. Like, that damage reduction would be less against a higher level target, I guess I'm trying to say. Mugatu says, guess it shouldn't be a problem for him to send. Oh, sorry, I read that already. I think, yeah, we got, in the next level we can buy another ability. We're going to be level 38, so I wonder what ability we would get next after that. Trying to think, is there a move I'm missing that I've been wanting to use? Can't think of one right now. We're gonna need to plant and heal here. Oh, we got a poison. It's been a while since we've seen them poisons. Dokie. That's always a fun pull. I don't think we could take that elite on yet. I don't know what moves he has. Let's get this magma totem down, lest we forget. Let's top off and move out. We're gonna go back to that bottom part of the cave with all them witch hunters again, and we'll get some purge fodder. They always dispel our scrolls, so we don't really care much about the agility scroll. Broken Blade of Heroes. A Warmonger's Cloak of Defense. We might actually be able to use that. 10 defense rating. It's a level 40 item though. Come to me, witch doctors. Yep. Let's focus the witch doctors down. Should probably start water shielding again. We got a whole line of them coming back. Come on. Let's get ourselves a magma totem going. Yep. You're a good dispeller, buddy. Oh yeah. One thing we should always do whenever we level up is allocate the attribute points that we get. I just remembered to do that. I'm still in combat for some reason though. I'm gonna shadow meld out of that though. I found so many uses for that shadow meld too since I've started this guy. I mean, it's useful for AFKs, but it's so useful to get out of combat from I don't know what, like critters that aggro. I don't even know. Sometimes you're just in combat for no reason. Shadow meld's also good for like when shit hits the fan. You want to not have threat from whatever's ganking your healer and your party and stuff. Oh, how long have we not had the rock biter weapon on? We're at 712 attack power now. I think that's thanks to our demon armor buff that we got just now. We improved that, and armor to the teeth gave us a little bit more attack power. Yep. Thank you for that dispel, buddy. Not enough rage. Oh right, we're gonna go to the bottom part over here first. These should be respawned by the time we go back. We kind of wasted some time there. Now that he's green, maybe we can get by him without aggroing. Sweet! No shrink this time, bitch! Alright. Let's get all these purgers grouped together. Purging bastards. Yep. There's 4 purges. And there's another purge. Drag the totems down. Focus the witch doctors. This guy's still got full health. He must have been an extra that came and aggroed. Me gusta. That Reckoning procs is so nice. Give me the loot. Focusing the witch doctor.
Your water shield.
What's that?
What's that little like chiming sound like he's popping up?
Oh, that's when my blessing of sanctuary is getting dispelled. The water drop sound you can hear sometimes is my water shield getting dispelled. But yeah, that big blue shield icon there is telling me blessing of sanctuary is down. Have you found any herb nodes yet?
Nah, I gave up. I'm tired.
Ah, okay.
I'm like struggling this morning.
Dragon ass.
Yeah. Get ready to go to work here in a little bit.
"20 strength? That's a badass hammer." Oh no, don't Raggro, please don't. Yes. I thought I almost got that head shrinker again. I don't like getting shrunk. I'd rather get dispelled than shrunk. That was quite a big pull there. Look at him running. Better run, bitch. Green Hills the Stranglethorn. I'm gonna crash the market for those. Meme dealer says test Kappa 123. Meme dealer. It seems like every server has at least one or two of those guys. I think it was the Cosmodan server I used to play on back in release. We had a guy named Very Smart Orc. We used to call him VSO. And he'd always be like the chat's troll. He'd be in trade chat all the time just like saying dumb shit. Adula Salim says, is there an Insta 60? They talked about implementing one, but they wanted to not do that. And as far as I know, they didn't. Now, maybe whenever they release the next expansions, they might give an instant 60 so people can get past vanilla and do the current expansion in BC. It would seem like it would make more sense for them to hold off on that instant 60 until then. Oh, here's the guy. I was tabbing through trying to find this dude. But yeah, as far as I know, right now, currently, no, there's no instant 60. If you do want to get to 60 pretty quickly, I would recommend the Sargeras server. But it's kind of a more high-risk server. The reason why you level so fast is because you can get killed and get your gear stolen. And it's kind of fun. Like, I think about it, it makes me laugh because I got to level 20 on that server and it just, I felt like the sky was falling the whole time I was leveling past level 20 because I knew that at any moment someone could come out of stealth and just gank me. And yeah, I would highly recommend figuring out a really good build before attempting to go very far on that server. But it's fun. I think of it like Battlegrounds. Like, if I could get a couple of people that would run with me on it and we just like group up and knock some quests out together and support each other if we get ganked, I think it could be really fun. But solo is not the way to go on Sargeras in my opinion. You really want a group of friends because it can be fun. Some people too, like, they're not bastards about it. Like, they'll kill you just to see if they can. And then we had a couple guys on that first day that would trade the gear back to us and be like, here you go, just wanted to see if I can kill you. Here's your gear back. Oh, increase your chance to get daggers and fist weapons. The stamina is appealing, but I don't, in the armor, but no, I'm gonna pass on that. I'd rather sell it. No, I wasn't trying to fight this guy, I just auto ran fell though. Come at me, Shadow Bolt spammer, dude. Fucking shrink. You motherfucker. Revenge, bitch. Abdullah Salam says, laugh my ass off. One good thing about getting dispelled often is I can keep getting my mana back if I keep on doing my water shield, because it doesn't cost mana to reapply it. So I don't really mind getting dispelled that often. It's just a matter of spending rage and recasting that water shield. Then they die. Just one good revenge takes them down pretty quickly. Did he aggro somebody else? No, right? Alright, good. Give me the loots. Alright. Let's get the rest of these guys here. We're almost to halfway through this level. I think this is pretty good. This is a pretty good system we got set up right now. We're not far from the city, so I can fly back pretty quickly. Let me get the magma totem down this time. I can just auction house all my shit and then fly right back out here. It's not too far. I'm just gonna spend a health potion if we need. Actually, we can kill them before we need to. Get shot. That would be stealing from myself. Harry Monkey says, okay, thanks. I like some of these names, they're legit. Lin XRO. Walk up close also doesn't work before opening again. Not really. The cost reset are always far much now by level. How much does it cost for me to resets? I'm getting close to 20 gold to reset my spells. I'm too broke to do it right now. And then talents are starting to get more expensive. It says that I think I get a free reset at level 40. I'm not sure. I've reset 0 times between level 30 and 40 though. I've pretty much resolved it. This is the spec that I'm gonna max out with. Which I think is feasible. I think I could max out with this spec. There are a few mistakes, but not breaking mistakes, you know? Alright, maybe this time we'll get Magma Totem down. Look for another Witch Doctor to focus. I think that's all the Witch Doctors in this pool. Shit, we'll find out soon. Look at them all run in a direct line. GG. Look at that, all of them at once. That was cool. They all died in unison. Next pool, go! Let's even try to get a couple of these guys too. Come to me. There's a Witch Doctor. Oh, we managed to get a Shadow Hunter, unfortunately. We got 2 Shadow Hunters on us right now. Damn. Can we LOS those maybe? Instead of just taking it to the face. Don't take it to the face. Get in the corner. Hide in your little hidey hole. I think he took our Magma Totem down. Fucking Shadow Hunter. Actually, you know, it might be these totems. Sometimes those take our... Their totems take our totems down sometimes. Alright, we're gonna heal, just in case. I don't have a target. Yeah, we're pretty strong now. We've gotten considerably stronger since when we first started this cave. At first, the first initial level that we have to make in these grind areas is a little rough, but after we make that initial level, it's all downhill from there, so it's been pretty nice since then. I wish there was a better way I could LOS these things. I gotta find a better corner than the one I've been using. Let's try this out. Oh yeah, this is a good spot. I don't like how they're getting behind me. Alright, let's take them down. Oh yeah. This is a much better spot. I'm gonna have to remember this. Heal thyself, get rid of the poison, because what else are we going to use 41 jungle remedy for? Let's check out this chest. Oh shit, another broken blade of heroes. I wonder where you get elemental fire. Damn, I've been able to use this ring. Tempted to 4 strength. I think 10 stamina is worth more than 4 strength. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, moving on. I want to see if I can take this elite down. If not, we're gonna have to make some quick decisions and run. Come at me, elite! Thug life, bitches! Oh, we got one of those guys on us. Let's tank him on this guy. Where's the elite? Look, he's just levitating away. What is he doing? Oh yeah, he's mine. Elites have a better chance of dropping epics too. As far as I can tell, he doesn't do anything too fancy, so I could have been getting that guy. The only thing fancy he did was that kind of the grudge levitate thing away. That's kind of freaky. Looks like a chicken face or something. It's a weird little portrait icon. Rockin' one sock says, carrying way too much water, bro. You never drink. That's actually a good point. Good point, man. But the idea is that I buy this water this one time and it lasts me for the next 10 levels.
Yeah, you find them fast enough though that it'll replenish the 1 or 2 you ever use.
The only thing I've seen drop so far is that nectar water. This is the level 35 water. But you're right, I could be, there's whole inventory slots I'm wasting on that. I'm not very efficient though in my playstyle most of the time. I think if I were a Pokemon, I'd be Magikarp. I just flail. Can I get Innervate now? I know for a while it wasn't high enough.
I think it's like 20 or 30.
Oh no, it's level 40. And then somebody in chat was telling me I should get replenishment as well, but that's again at level 40. Most of the stuff I can get I have though. I'm looking at cleanse. That's what my next big move is gonna be. I got most of my damaging abilities that I think I'm gonna have until max. Maybe now it's going to be defensive cooldowns and utility shit. Let's leave that guy alone. Clyde Ruckstuhl. Sorry about butchering your name. Welcome to the Stalwart Vanguard. Let me not talk right. If you like this server and you want to join my guild, if you roll Alliance, then send me a whisper and I'll invite you to the guild. And in our guild information we have the Discord info, so you can even join chat with me and talk to me like Rockin' One Sock here. I want to start getting the community guys, like you guys in the chat, to start saluting or something and giving cool emojis when people join the Stalwart Vanguard. I don't know if YouTube has any way to get like custom icons or little emojis and stuff like that. Something I'm going to have to look into, but I want to make a Stalwart Vanguard emoji. Something like a shield. Maybe a shield icon or something like that. But yeah, I want to show these people that are joining and subscribing some love. I can't carry anymore. Gonna have to clear the grays out. Swamp Walker boots. Another thing is these RE when you pick them up, if they do. Yep. This RE'd as I picked it up. Alright, here. Let's shadow meld. Don Machiavelli Thug Life said, :DDD. RT Shock said, just done ZF. Ooh, nice RT Shock. I love ZF. That's one of my favorite dungeons. Did you tank it? First place damage, nice. But you're a tank too, right? So you were tanking and first place damage. Rockin' One Sock, he was tanking it the other day. I think he said he was like 5 levels higher than it, but he did it in Flurry Bear, and that was nuts. Like he was blowing people away. It was funny. Tanks doing a lot of damage in Wrath? What? Because that's what this is. It's essentially Wrath. And tanks were really strong back then too. I think Wrath invented AoE tanking for leveling. I remember doing it on my Pally and my Warrior. That's actually how I leveled my Warrior, because I didn't roll a Warrior until Wrath of the Lich King. And then that was just to raid. I wanted him to be a raider. I went jewel crafting and blacksmithing on him. It was pretty legit. It's a fun experience. Grabbing everything in the zone that you possibly can. BOE, agility, intellect. My problem a lot of the time was I could never find areas like this cave here where you can find enough people to AoE tank down. Oh, I thought that was something fancy. What was this dagger? Scorpid Sting. Just poison chance on hit, it didn't random enchant. At some point I'm going to have to look at that reforge random enchant thing and see if I can actually get some decent REs. I think I'm good. Let's move on. RT Shock says, ahead by, what is that? How many zeros? 20,000 damage as a tank. Not 20k, but 200k. Damn. That's crazy, man. I wonder what does a person think whenever they're running a dungeon and a tank blows them away by that amount? Like, thanks for the carry, man. You could have soloed this. That's kind of why I went AoE tank to begin with, was I wanted to solo Deadmine so I can level my blacksmithing and my mining. And that was the only place I could think of. I think it was Lyfe that was telling me that there were a couple nodes in Deadmines. And those were like the only place that I could farm copper. That bastard, right before he died, he dispelled me. love that sound. The sound of a human dying. That actually sounds really dark. I love the sound humans make when they die. Muhaha. Night elf racist. RT Shock says boot 260,000 damage taken. Hard load on the heal. It was you were hard on your healer. But I'm sure you weren't being conservative. You were probably pulling to your healer's ability. That's the mark of a good tank. You're watching your healer's mana and you're pulling as much as you can to keep them busy, but not overwhelming them. Damn, really? I was out of rage for a whole minute there. I was trying to thunder stomp and it wasn't going off. I guess that's what's kind of cool about Cleave is it's like rage dump on demand, but if you're not paying attention then you end up short on rage. So that was kind of my fault there for not monitoring my rage better. They're dying unevenly though because of the way I'm cleaving as well. So cleave really just fucked up that whole pull for me because I was blindly cleaving. You gotta pay more attention than that with cleave. RT Shock said, had a bad timing on Hex. Both I and the healer were hexed. Oh shit. But you kept your aggro so they were still on you even though you were hexed. That's pretty cool. What was the other group members? Were they like mostly casters or melee? I'm kind of curious to see what people were running. I mean, as you hit each next level threshold, like the 20 range, the 30 range, even initially when you first started to, like, you see certain builds everywhere. Like, everybody has a pet when you first start, and everybody's dual wielding Rock Fighter. And then as soon as they're able to, everybody gets Frostbrand and Judgment of Command or Seal of Command. I think level 1 too, like when you first start, everybody has an imp. I wonder what people are doing at level 40. Like, what's the new played out talent and ability? I think one thing that could make this a lot more interesting, but may not be very fun, but could make it interesting, would be limit how many different specs you can pull from. And I know, like, at first that kind of sounds lame, but if you could only pick 4 different specs, you may see a lot more variance of what people play. Like, that could increase the diversity. Make it to where people can only, if you get 4 different classes, you can't pull from any more different abilities. And I'm looking at mine right now, like, would I be able to do what I'm doing right now if that were the case? Or you could even put more constraint on it, make it to where people can only choose 3 different classes. That would limit the type of stuff they could make, but at the same time you may see a lot more interesting builds if that were the case. So right now I'm a shaman, a paladin, a warrior, and then I got mage and demon, or warlock. So right now I'm pulling from 5 different ones. I would have to get rid of one of those. And I'd probably, if it were me, I'd probably just drop an armor, one of these armor. Probably the demon armor, really, because From the paladin, I'm already getting increased healing received and armor with devotion armor. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm pulling from 5 different classes, and then talents as well. Like for my talents, I think I'm pulling through. Oh right, this area I'm gonna go in the corner. Shoot this guy too. This corner. I'm like messing up this pull badly because I'm sitting here still thinking about that shit. Alright, let's start healing up. We're just gonna heal, we're not gonna burn another potion. Actually, it says that our cooldown hasn't restarted yet, so we don't really have a choice. Alright, do this. Start busting these guys down. We should never max rage like we have been right now. See, when cleave, when you're using it properly, people die at the same time. Glyphed epaulettes. I want to see what that is. Glyphed epaulettes. Epaulettes. Leather shoulders with strength. Those look cool. Different than the ones that I have, but they're leather, so meh. No thanks. Monk Staff of the Owl. We haven't really been paying much attention to the greens. I haven't cared too much if those random enchant, because they're greens. Like, who cares about greens? And see, now that I took down that boss, I can do a whole extra pull back here. And even more so, now that I know that I can kill that boss, there's a whole extra pull here. Ooh, a Cloak of the Bear. This is 1 strength, 1 stamina upgrade from what I have. 6 armor as well. Let's get rid of the cross-stitched gloves. Let's put that on. Ugh. I got like a green, red, purple. It looks like someone threw up on my gear. Got this nasty mix of doo-doo brown and green colored shit. Alright, we're gonna shadow form and get rid of grays. And the scroll of spirit too we can get rid of for purge fodder. Okay, anything that's gray. May have to hearth again. Our hearth is up. We totally could if we wanted. We finally consumed 1 stack of water. Rockin' One Sock was right. I need to use more of these waters or get rid of them. Whoops, just ate that mana pot. Whoops. Goes cooldown on our abilities. Okay. Any more grays? I don't need Stormwind Bry or Bree or whatever that's called. Toughened leather belt we can get rid of. Interlaced cloak we can get rid of. Green iron shoulders blacksmithing. Not yet high enough to be able to learn that, but I will save it for later. And moon harvest pumpkin we don't need. That was a weird drop. I haven't seen that one here yet. RT Shock says, my healer was a level 51 hybrid, 3rd place on damage. Damn. Considering agility stacking, I don't drop much on health. I get a 20% more with agility stack. Oh, 20% more armor when you agility stack. Nice. Shit, my strength stacking gives me a lot of block more than this, more than is necessary. I can stop 195 block damage, but nothing hits that hard. I think the most that I get hit for is like 30. Right now I'm getting hit for like 19 and 20. So if I block any of that, then 170 of that block is wasted because they don't hit that hard. You usually only want that much block situationally, but the attack power buffs my Thunder Stomp, so I dig it. And Revenge hits pretty hard too. All my weapon damage skills are buffed. Go ahead and pop a pot. Get our totem back down. Appears to have died or gotten lost. That was an interesting pull. We're getting more ballsy with the pulls, it seems. I didn't realize I got that many. We're well over half into this level too. Look, I'm drinking. Yay! See, these few times I do drink, I want to be able to drink all the way up to max. Really quickly. And those moonberry juices serve that purpose. My ugly cloak. Ugh. Like someone threw up on it. Want to buy transmog for 100 gold per item. Mog the cloak we're gonna change in one level. Shit, he got that caster, didn't he? Ah, I'm gonna get shrunk again. Here, let's get all the damage we possibly can out on this guy. See if we can keep from getting shrunk. Die, bitch! Damn. Didn't quite make it. Midnight Mace. What does that look like? Oh, it's just the regular. No. It gives increased damage done by tame pets. That's pretty good. Oops. Got all topsy-turvy there with the mouse. Heal thyself. Actually, let's just pop a pot. Okie dokie. Let's get the rest of them now. And RT Shock has 20% dodge. Damn. My dodge is at 7%. So in comparison, your shit's a lot better than mine. How about you attack there, Elude? Sometimes we just like to stare at them so they know how weak they are. You're so weak I don't even attack. I'll just eat your damage. little bit of an echo there. What was I? I want to ding before our heart's back. I'm close. I feel it. I feel how close I am. Is there any more junk I need to get rid of here? I feel like we're clearing faster now. Driftwood sledge or deadwood sledge. Increase armor rating of your pets and armor contribution from items. I think we've already seen that one. Ow! He dazed me? Really? Don't daze me, bro. Alright. Then double back this way. Sweet. Cutting through them like butter now. Let's get this guy up here. And then we'll go in our little hidey hole. May need to heal up here. I don't know if we'll kill him quick enough. Oh, maybe we will. Or maybe we're getting greedy. Ooh, that was close. Cut it close. I thought I had a potion on cooldown, or off of cooldown, but it was on cooldown. The elite has not yet respawned. Inventory is full. Okie dokie. Do we have any more grays by chance? Inventory is full. Son of a bee sting. What else? We can get rid of 20 of these jungle remedies and 6 of them. Meat cleaver is a gray. Oh, the grind. We don't need the long-barreled musket either. Or sweet nectar. Heal thyself. Oh, potion. There we go. Look at the bodies everywhere. The bodies. Let's see if we can bring them far enough back here to get some from here. Elite and STV have a 30-minute respawn timer. Do you think that the Elite here in this cave has a 30-minute respawn timer as well? That was RT Shock that said that, by the way. Bring it. Not enough rage. I love it. Reckoning. Get reckoninged. RT Shock said yes, 30 minutes. I was waiting for him to respawn for a quest. Oh, the dude in the cave here you were waiting? Damn, 30 minutes respawn. Kind of feels like that's not worth it. Like you'd just be better off moving on with life. Unless the quest reward was really worth it. I like the Lincoln sword in STV, or not STV, I should say Gromgol. For some reason I was thinking Gromgol whenever you were talking about STV just now. But you can get Lincoln Sword of Mastery from Gromgol. That popped into my head for some reason. That whole Lincoln quest is legit. Maybe if we make some band-aids, we'll free up some space here. The only reason why we have band-aids as well is because we want to make sure that if we respec later out of our healing spells, we can actually get our bandage on if we don't have a self-heal. Plus, also for PvP, like, you never know, band-aids are usually useful. Alright, let's get a big pull here. Ooh, 3 witch hunters here. Taking down that guy makes it to where our healing effects are increased. And it doesn't help to pop a potion whenever our healing effects are being reduced by 75%. Alright, now our healers are going to be more effective. We almost died just now because of that shit. And having all of them die in one shot like that's kind of sexy. Just did one quick thunderclap and like 4 of them died at once. So that was so nice. That was rough. That debuff he puts on us, the curse, reduces the healing we receive by 75%. And I used my big healing potion with that on. And I used it when I actually needed it. So we almost got ran there. Man, I really want to ding before I hearth back. But at least we know with this amount of bag space, we can farm this whole cave until our bags are full, and our hearthstone will be up by the time our bags fill up. That's kind of what I came out here wondering, is if we had enough bag space to last for the duration for 45 minutes. Popped another healing potion there. We really need to keep that bubble up, or that water shield up. We're getting more ballsy with our pulls. And our heals, like we're not healing as much as we normally would be because we're so stronger. So I'm cutting it pretty close each pull. When I first got into this cave, I would not pull that many witch hunters, or whatever they're called, witch doctors I should say. I wouldn't pull that many because of the dispels and all that shit. Because blessing a sanctuary is pretty essential. Like, it reduces the damage we take by 3%, and it also increases our stamina and our strength. So it's a really useful move to have, and they dispel it constantly. Lyfe said, what's your attack speed? Our attack speed is 2.8. This axe here is a 2.8 speed axe. I don't think we have any kind of haste outside of that, so that should be accurate. Let's see if we can get in our hidey hole and still keep everything on us. Hidey hole. One thing about these shadow hunters is if you keep them in melee range, they can put that poison shit on you. Oh, a little bit of a lag spike there. That was interesting. X_Apollo X says something that was deleted for spamming caps. Inventory fulled up now. Scroll of agility. Let's get rid of the short cutlass and use that. Sweet nectar. Not so sweet when it's filling your inventory unnecessarily. Lyfe says, I feel like you do more DPS with a faster weapon main hand like a dagger. 1.2 to 1.3 second attack speed. You get cleave out more. You'd get 2 times the amount of cleaves. Oh. That's cool. So if we could find a decent dagger, then we should roll with that. I'll keep that in mind and keep my eye out. I think I have one in my inventory actually. It's a 2.4 speed though. It's not much better than the one I have. At least this dagger specifically. I was really just looking at the minimum to maximum damage whenever I was getting this dagger that I have currently. I didn't really pay attention to the speed. There are probably a few things I would change too if I was trying to increase my DPS. More of my focus has been the armor. I wanted to see how much ridiculous amount of armor I could get and then convert as much of that into attack power. If I could get a dagger that had armor on it. I know a couple of these items will come with armor on the weapon, and that's pretty fun. And Interlace shoes. Cured ham steak. I try to loot everything in them chests so I don't leave an empty chest for somebody else, and then also so it'll respawn if I stick around in the area very long. 3 more bars. I really want to hit these 3 bars with 1 bag slot. I don't know if I can manage it, but we could try. Oh, the elite's back. Come at me, bro. Oh, we got these casters on us. Oh, bother. Ooh, smoke bomb. That sucks. That could have killed us. Where's the guy? Really want to get him killed. Alright. That Shadow Hunter's dead, so we'll go to this one now. Slow his attack speed down, get her bubble up. Heal up a bit. I think it's just him now. Everything else died, yeah. Another thing I was looking at too for increased damage if I wanted to go that route was in the prot tree. I'm starting to get the talents like one-handed weapon specialization. Increase all damage you deal with one-handed melee weapon is equipped by 1 up to 3%. And I feel like I can get more of that from like other trees that have weapon damage increasing shit. This is probably going to have more like dual wield type stuff, but hack and slash, I was looking at this, gives you an extra attack with the same target after you hit the target with your one-handed sword or axe. This with reckoning I thought would be pretty fun. Hack and slash. And then like a flurry axe as well. Be like boom 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 boom, getting all them those judgments of lights and stuff like that returns. And seal of light returns. I think there are a lot of little DPS-y things I could do to help boost my damage. Oh shit, everything just literally respawned just right in front of me. What's LOS? Inventory is full. Ah, that's okay. Maybe we won't loot anymore. Ooh, wait a minute. No, not better than what I have. I think we're just gonna go ahead and we could get rid of the Green Hills of Stranglethorn shit. We put enough of these on the auction house that we've kind of buffed the economy a little bit with these. And they only sell for a few silver a piece, so it's not that much of a loss. And then, like, we have enough on the auction house to where it's not going to matter very much if we don't get all of them up there. We're going to make a lot more gold from looting greens at this point. Let's get some purgers. Come on, purger guys. Lyfe has come online. Oh shit. He's a purging. Where's the purging at? There he is. The old witch doctor type. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna ding here. 1.5 bars to go. I think once we hit level 38, there's another zone we can go to, or another area. Lyfe says, man, makes me want to level a new tune. And then he logged on to Lyfe. Just read your message. He switched over, started leveling another tune. Alright, we're just gonna bust a healing potion on this bull. Oops, we double dropped the thing. Yeah, we're gonna bust it. Thug life. Look at that. Yeah, my focus mainly with this build is tank first, and then all other things after that. It's kind of, I want to be more of a mitigator. Now, I haven't really went into like mitigation talents or anything like that aside from armor. But yeah, I want to be a tank first, and then all the other stuff second after that. I could be getting my dodge up a lot more, I know, and my block is plenty right now. My block percentage, I don't know if I can get that much higher than it is right now, other than picking up talents like Redoubt and stuff like that later on. I feel like I do okay though. I kind of want this experience. This is the way it feels right now. It feels right to me. Like being able to actually fight some stuff and take some damage every pull. Like, I like cutting it close. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but my health gets low and then it ends up being like a little bit of a race. Get them down before they get me down. And this rotation that I have, like if I do it right, then you can tell. And then if I don't do it right, then you could tell. And I kind of dig that. I like the way that feels. Like earlier I was cleaving too much and I ended up with no rage. And you could tell because shit wasn't dying properly and it was all running away and spread out. If I do my rotation right, everything should die in a pile right in front of me. But yeah, at least that's how I feel. I kind of dig it. Wow Tanner Wow says, how does one build an efficient build rather than having a build with a lot of random shit? My advice is to focus on one or two things and don't try to do everything. Like just depend on other people to have the other shit. But for your build, like whatever you're focused on, try to do that and one other thing maybe really well. I think that's how you get an efficient build. Like with this build, I was focused on attack power and armor. And I tried to figure out ways to get that. Now, if you get armor gear, like high armor gear ends up being plate later on, that generally comes with strength and stamina. So I focused on armor, strength, and stamina for the most part, and came up with what I'm playing right now. And it's a struggle. I mean, you got the same kind of struggle that you would have if you were playing Release with a melee plate armor type. Like casters still are a pain in the ass. You don't have very many gap closers. There's not much CC. There's like your like a warrior. Like you battle, like that's what you do. You don't think a whole lot. You don't do a whole lot outside of just fighting things, and you can make the pulls really interesting, just kind of like barreling into shit. The Dane says, "You really like that cave, don't you?" I do for the next couple hundred XP, and then I'm going to be moving on to a different area. But yeah, this cave's been pretty legit. At first it was a struggle because shit was hitting me so hard, but after I kind of figured out what to focus down and kind of how my rotation was going to work against these guys, it got a lot better. And right here at the end of my farming experience in this cave, I'm able to take a lot more on at a time, so that's kind of nice. These purgers, they're a nightmare. These Kurzin witch doctors. You hear this shing? That's my shit being purged off. Yeah, that sound. They're purging shit off of me whenever they do that, and it's really kind of annoying. I'll be glad to be rid of that. Here we go, this is it. We're gonna ding right here in this pool. Let's nuke him down. There it is. Level 38. Now I think we can head to a different area. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and hearth. And I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode right now. We're like 20 minutes earlier than I would normally log, but I gotta wake up the little guy and get him fed and eat breakfast and stuff. And then next stream, probably tomorrow, I'll start the next grinding area. It's been a really good session though, like we got a few levels today. Or at least a level. Alright. Let's get even more strength. Another one. 99 strength. See how our stats changed. We're now reducing 53.8% damage reduction on physical damage specifically. As you level, your gear has to get bigger too for that stuff to remain consistently high. Alright, we're gonna hearth. And then we got an AE, we got an ability that we can buy, and a talent that we can spend. I've been putting points into Demonic Aegis. I'm gonna see how that fully specs out. Whoops. The Dane says stay in there until level 40 and then go right pirates into Naris. I think I can. I think you're right. I can actually stay in there until 40 if I wanted. But let me see. I'm using this useful resources. Here it is. According to Lyfe's best grind locations, he says that I should go to, after level 38 in this cave, I should go to the western side of STV and farm, I think that's trolls, I want to say, on the coast there. Farm trolls until level 42, and then from 42 to 45 I can go down to the Mushogun Ogre Mound and farm ogres. The pirates, you're right, I do need to farm those, but they're not until level 45 supposedly. But yeah, so the next time I grind, I'm going to be going over here to Gromgol Base Camp, and I'm going to be farming these things. The trolls, I believe it is. And then RT Shock says there's a lot of caster trolls there. Yeah, that's all good. There's plenty of LOS ability there, so I can group them up and nuke them down. Think I'll be able to handle it. We'll see. Alright, so we're gonna check something. Right now we got 4240 armor. Clear that. 4240. And demon armor's giving us, what is it, 33% more than 3300 or 330 armor. We're gonna go into the demonology tree and the talents, and we're going to upgrade demonic aegis even further. So right now 4240 with demon armor. Without it, we get 3802. Alright, so instead of 4240, once we upgrade Demonic Aegis to 66% more armor, we're getting 4349 armor. So 4349. So we got a 109 armor increase from that. We're back up to 54% damage reduction. And then that in turn is being converted to attack power, which brings our attack power up to 717. I think yesterday I only had 699 attack power, but just the armor increase we've gotten from those couple of levels, with all our gear being the same, we've gotten 717 attack power now. RT Shock says, better to go grind a level 42 area, or better to 42 level grind area. Hold on. And the Dane says, I did pirates at 42 to 50. It's fast and easy. And then Lyfe had to ruin it telling people about it. And then Lyfe says, laugh my ass off. A simple Google search tells people, not me. The Dane says, shh, Lyfe, don't tell people about Google. Now they know they can Google stuff as well. My Google foo's pretty good. I can Google shit pretty well too. But yeah, I mean, so far, his guide has been working well for me. Now, you just told me to go farm that pirate area that you're telling people that it's a bad place to go farm. So it's not just him telling people to go there. You literally just did the same. I didn't see RT Shock. Well, RT Shock just passed by. I would have waved at him. Here he is, the little gnome guy.
By the light of the moon.
RT Shock, look at him, he's so tiny. What's up, little guy? How you doing, RT Shock? You're so cute. You're so cute, RT Shock. Blush at him. Oh, now they're dancing. Look, he's smacking that ass. RT Shock getting it. Get it, RT. Get it. Oh shit. It's going down here inside of the auction house. Ooh, we get a next rank up Thunderclap. That's cool. Rank 4. Nice. So we spin our talent. We need an ability now. What ability can we get? I'm thinking Pally Cleanse as soon as I can. But that's in level 42, so I gotta wait on that a little bit. What else would we want to get? I don't know if we want anything else that's going to give us a... I just had an idea. What if I go to Resto and get Mark of the Wild? And that would further increase our armor. Mark of the Wild. And we're going to train it. So we got Mark of the Wild rank 4. We're going to have every armor ever. For some reason, whenever I initially started looking at builds, I thought none of this stuff stacked. So we're at 4349 armor. Mark of the Wild brings us up to 4511 armor. And now we're at 744 attack power. Holy shit. And Mark of the Wild increases our resistances and attributes. So casters come at me. I'm still poor on resistances, but a little bit more resistant. And attributes being increased is pretty sexy as well. That gives us more strength, which then in turn is more attack power. And block, actually. And parry. I think we parry way more than we need to. We got way more block than we need as well. So yeah, that's all gravy. Jesus, look at the buffs. So many buffs. Okay. I think we're going to call it there, folks. That's going to conclude episode 20 of Elude playing the Project Ascension PvP Andorhal server 1x all that, etc. It's been good hanging out with you guys. I appreciate y'all stopping by and visiting. And we'll see you tomorrow.